What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session. And today I'm going to be talking about Robert Spillane and his performance against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, before I go any further in this video, make sure you're hitting the like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And more importantly, man, hit that notification bell as well so you get all this content that is getting dropped on this channel. Now, when we talk about Robert Spillane and what he was able to do in that second preseason game against the Jaguars, I thought that it was a really impressive performance by him, obviously in a statistical standpoint, but more importantly, some of the things where we've questioned how good Robert Spillane could be, some of the areas where we say he's limited in terms of the coverage part of his game, I thought he really was impressive there, and I think that he is making a legitimate case for himself to potentially be that week one starter. Now, we know that Devin Bush is in that mix, and obviously Mark Robinson is going to get a chance to start in this final preseason game. But to me, man, Robert Spillane is one of those guys, man, where he just continues to get better. So I got a couple of plays from this game that I want to pull up and show you guys, and y'all could be the judge after that, baby. So as we always do, I'll play it in full speed. That's my man Robert Spillane right there. Then after that, we'll break it down. Let's go. All right, I love it. So, man, we're talking about this first play. Steelers are in their base package, right? Or excuse me, not their base. They're in their nickel package. This Cam Sutton right here in the slot. But all they're playing is a basic cover 3 concept. Okay. So, with that being the case, that means Spillane, he's going to be 10 to 12 yards deep, 1 to 2 yards outside of the hash. Miles Jack is going to be in a similar stance. Then after that, we'll buzz him out there. Deep third, he's deep middle, and then he has the deep third over here. Okay, now this is against play action, so as a linebacker you have to be able to understand play action, right? Read and react, but more importantly, your key are these offensive linemen. When their hats are high and they're soft coming off, you know it's run. So you look at Robert Spillane, he doesn't do a lot of movement once this ball is snapped. He's going backwards. Bad read by Miles Jack here, but a little bit different in the sense that the fake was to his side. And this is what I mean by that. I will rewind this tape back just a second for you. But what I mean is this. So you see the play action is coming to Miles. So he's going to be more aggressive because that ball is action at him. Whereas Spillane, he has a little bit better vantage point of understanding that, hey, I got time. The run is away, there's no puller, so he knows that he can be patient. But I love how quickly he reads pass, and then watch him get to his landmark. 10 to 12 yards, 1 yard outside the hash. Perfect in terms of his drop right here. Now you have to understand this. When you're playing zone coverage, you're going to have soft spots. You're going to have natural open receivers. But the thing that I like about Spillane right here is this. Look at his eyes. Back on the quarterback. Soon as his arm is coming off, Spillane is getting ready to settle and break on this pass. Now, that's a good throw and catch by Trevor Lawrence and just hitting his route. But look at this, man. He can't get here any sooner. If he's any faster, it's going to be a PI. But for me, man, seeing that read and react off of the play action and then still be able to get an arm in there on this, I like that a lot, man. When you're talking about a zone drop, that's coaching tape right there. You can't really do it any better than that. All right. But I definitely like this, though, by him, man. Good read and react, nice depth, back foot hits. Let's go. Make a play. All right. So that's the first play, right? Talking about Spillane and his coverage. Can he do the zone drop? We already know this, yes. But here's another proof that he can, and this is with him getting good depth versus the play action pass, tackle to catch. It's never going to be perfect, but I like that play. So now let's look at the next one. All right, now for this play right here, we're going to get a chance to see Spillane in man coverage. Now, sure, people looked at the last couple, was like, okay, zone, all right, I get it, but who cares? It's zone. He should be able to do that. Can he play man to man? Is he fast enough and all these other things? Well, we'll just cut the tape on and we'll find out. Here's Robert Spillane right here. Now, in this particular defense, he's matched up. He has an underneath one-on-one coverage versus this guy right here. Or excuse me, no, not that guy, because he's the first guy. It's the motion man right here, Christian Kirk, wide receiver. So let's play it in full speed and see what it looks like, right? Keep your eyes on Spillane the whole time, please. All right, let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about it. So as we said, man, in terms of what Spillane and Devin Bush are doing, they're working together in this sense that they're off of this back, and it ends up being Christian Kirk when he motions down. But you know you're going to be off of 2 and 3. So whoever is the final 2, meaning how we count it 1, 2, 3, or once this guy motions down, and talking this guy, once he motions inside, now he becomes a part of that combination. And I definitely did the count backwards, excuse me on that. 1, 2, 3. I know my DBs out there like, bro, don't be counting like that. I'm with you. I know. Forgive me, Father. I get it. But with that being the case, man, I do like the fact that in terms of, I don't know what the communication was pre-snap, if they said, hey, we're locking this, or they just treated it as, man, different levels, let's just go with it. But either way, I love the decisiveness, especially from Spillane right here. Understanding number one, hey man, we got to be on 2 different levels. So you look at Spillane a little bit deeper, Devin Bush a little bit closer. That's good, okay? Because you don't want to run into each other on some of these pick concepts or any of these crossing route concepts. So now, as we continue to let this play go on, you see Spillane, he's not worried about that back. He's like, look, man, I got to go with this because this is speed. This is happening right now. And clearly with him and Devin being on different levels here, and it doesn't look like there's any type of communication post-snap saying, hey, man, we're going to pass this. It looks like they did lock this, which is good. So Devin has his eyes on his work. Spillane obviously has his eyes on his work. So now from there, look at the burst. Just watch him. He's not getting outran. He's stride for stride with this receiver right here, man. Then I like it again, man, in terms of the fundamentals, right? You talk about making a PBU or attacking the ball. You're taught to secure the tackle with your backhand. You reach for the ball with your front hand. If you reach for that ball with your backhand and you miss, this is no longer a throw and catch. This is him catching it and turning upfield and having a foot race for whoever else is going to be out there chasing him. So I love the fundamentals with this, but more importantly, I just love the fact that he's showing that, yeah, you can cover a receiver if you need a man-to-man coming up underneath. He's doing this right here. We just saw him with a nice drop on the zone coverage. Got his hand on that football as well. So you can see the improvement here. You can see where this is no longer the Achilles heel of Robert Spillane. But we'll continue on with it though, man. Play one more time full speed because I do like how fast he was running right here, man. But I like that. Good communication in terms of the pre-snap, locking it. That's what I'm assuming because, like I said, there was no pre-snap, there was no communication after the snap. So it looks like they went ahead and locked this thing. But I definitely like I said, man, how he's able to just play fast. When he knows what he's doing, he's good. When there's no miscommunication, he's good. When there's no blown assignments, he's good. So let's keep it going. All right, now we got to continue on with, just watching him in coverage, right? Especially Robert Spillane and what he was able to do against the Jaguars. So what have we seen so far? We've seen him in a traditional cover 3 drop versus the play action pass. We've seen him having to work underneath man-to-man coverage against speed coming across the field, the play we just watched. Now we're going to get a chance to watch him in a split safety coverage where for the linebackers in Pittsburgh, it still plays like man. The only difference is you're able to communicate with these guys underneath in terms of Devin Bush. You know, if there was going to be some type of quick exchange with this route between this running back and this number 3 guy right here, okay? That's the only thing. Other than that, it's going to play like man for Robert Spillane. So for him, here he is. He's going to be on this back, all right? So let's see what happens, man. We'll play it in full speed after that. We'll break it down. All right. So talked about how this becomes man on the backside, right? So you got 1, 2, 3. Devin is no longer a part of this. Devin has to look front side just based on the way this coverage is. Devin is working with, I think this is Cam Sutton in the slot right here. Okay. So Levi, he has a receiver. He's not worried about anything over here. So this becomes not just one-on-one, but this is like a ton of space one-on-one, right? Because that's the dynamic, right? We're asking him, can he be a space player? Can he cover? Can he be fast enough? And is he athletic enough and rangy enough to handle some of these scenarios? Well, you look at this much space right here. I mean, I've seen plenty of guys get this pass dumped off to them here, or they're swinging out the backfield getting it, or they run the quick out and they get it. But either way, they're getting that ball with about 5 to 10 yards of space, and you got to make an open field tackle. You got to make a play on this. So you always ask yourself, well, how do you combat that? Do you allow this guy to catch it, and now we're playing who's the better athlete? Or do you do what Robert Spillane does right here? And he says, man, I'm not going to allow this guy time to do all of that. I'm going to eat up the ground. So you see him start to close in, but also what is he doing? He's staying square, which is important. So he's already by body position made this guy have a one-way go. You see Spillane is slightly inside leverage of this running back. So if 24 would have cut across the field, he's going to be running to where Spillane's leverage is. That plays to his advantage. So The smarts is making this play work for him. Spillane saying, hey, I don't need to be lined up head up on this guy and give him a two-way go where he can out-athlete me. Make him go one way. And that's what he's doing right here. So now he knows it can only be an out route. It can only be an out route. Worst case, out, and then he gonna roll it up. But I got time. I can see that. So with Spillane staying square, good vision. Now he's right in position. If that ball was caught, it's a tackle. It's a 2-yard gain. Ball was snap right here on the 40. It looks like he's on the 38. A 2-yard gain. You're not tripping on that. But once again, this is just showing Spillane, man. Understanding, number one, what the defense is. Understanding where his help is. And also where he doesn't have help. Because in the middle of the field, there is no help right here. But you have to understand that when you're in this defense, you have to say, hey, man, do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to be chasing. And Spillane understands that if I get over top of this guy or slightly outside shade, now it's a foot race. But those are all the little details that go into playing linebacker here in Pittsburgh. That's the difference between being a good player and being a not so good player. That minutia that we always hear Coach Tomlin talk about. But really good job right here once again by Spillane using his smarts, making sure that he puts himself in the best position, and with all of that space out there, still not panicking. So, once again, all right, that's another guy that he's covered. Let's see what else we got in the lab, though. All right, now this will be the last pass play that I show from Robert Spillane. But once again, just the zone concept, right? Zone drop, cover 3, but without the play action pass, okay? Because last time, or the first clip we showed with the play action pass, just a little bit different mechanics. So once again, see what it looks like. We'll play it in full speed. After that, we'll break it down. Alrighty, so traditional cover 3. Can never go wrong with cover 3. And I like the way that the Steelers dress it up right here. You obviously bring, I think this is Norwood, Trey Norwood. They bring him down high to low, walk him down here, push Spillane over here on this hook. They're going to send, or maybe this is Norwood right here. I got to see, it's hard to see these numbers right here. But he pushes there, boom, boom, Steiner, middle. Then we got Pierre over here, and then we buzz him out here. So a little bit of window dress and making it look like it appears to be a pressure when all actuality is just a regular cover 3. But you gotta love the window dressing, right? So with that being the case though, let's see what my man Spillane has over here. So does he get his landmark? 10 to 12 yards, 1 yard outside of the hash. Looks like that is correct. Where's his eyes at? Well, we talk man eyes versus zone eyes. If it's man-to-man coverage, your eyes are on your work. Who are you covering? Whether it's a running back, receiver, tight end. If it's zone coverage, your eyes are on that quarterback because he's going to tell you where you need to go. If he's looking left, that ball is going left. If that front hand comes off that ball, that's when you start to break. So, see where CJ Beathard is looking? He's looking over here to his right, our left on the defense. Where's Spillane already drifting to? His left, right? Because he's already seeing that. Now, look at that. He's already opening up on the break as soon as that ball releases. That is what you want right there. That is coaching tape. And then, let's finish it. Boom. Nice pad level. We not head or neck area. We're driving our feet, securing the tackle. And this is 3rd and 9, possession down. Looks like we're putting our fist in the air. 4th down. That's a heck of a play right there. But once again, that's showing Spillane's smarts. That's showing his fundamentals. That's showing his understanding of how to play linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. This is when you talk about a guy that continues to work hard and continue to get better. All the things that have been said about him negatively, he's quietly showing that he's improved those parts of his game. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage. Can he run with guys? Can he play in space? He's showing a lot of that. All I'm saying is, what does the tape say? The tape shows a playmaker right here. The tape shows a guy that is not a liability in coverage. The tape shows a guy that understands what his responsibilities are. And a guy that's eager to make plays. I like it, man. I like it a lot. But this is a heck of a drop right here, man. Good job, cover 3. Getting to the sticks also. I didn't want to leave that part out. And what I mean by getting to the sticks is this. When it is 3rd down, you don't want to drop, 12 yards right here. Because when this guy catches that 9-yard pass and fall forward, it's 1st down. No, you want to drop right to the sticks so you know if my feet are at the sticks, I'm not giving up any more depth, but I'm coming downhill. As long as I don't go backwards on this tackle, we're putting our fist in the air. It's 4th down. He gets that. He understands that, and that's why his landmark is good. Obviously, when we talk about the safety coming down high to low, he's not as deep. He's not as shallow. So if this guy catches this pass right here, he's falling forward. It's a 1st down. I know right here, it's like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. But when you're talking about getting off the field, when you're talking about getting the ball back, the inches matter. And the NFL, as you've heard plenty of times, it's a game of inches. This is the details we're talking about. It's not a negative right here for my man. He'll learn it. He'll get that detail added to his game. But if this guy catches this pass, he's going to fall forward before he can make that tackle. We talk with this guy making that catch. Spillane's able to come down here and make this tackle right here. And that's beautiful, man. But no, I definitely like this though, man. I thought Spillane, man, really showed a lot, of what he's capable of from the coverage perspective in this particular game right here. Now, this last play right here, I saved for the last play intentionally because this is something that we know Robert Spillane can do. I just want to put it up there just because, So with that being said, that's Robert Spillane right there. We'll play it in full speed. After that, we'll break it down. Alrighty. So that's a basic power play. You got the backside, but they're pulling the tackle with this. Okay, so designing the play. He's coming down here, boom, just like that. All right, nothing crazy, nothing like that. But for Spillane, this is what he has to process. So he knows right now he has a little bit heavy personnel, right? 12 personnel, 1, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Also, he has the offset to his side. So we would treat this like I near, because this guy I'm talking about, this wing, treat him like he's a fullback. He's an extra defender or extra person over there. So he's the tilt. All right. So Spillane already feels that in a sense. Okay. Now, when you get 7 motion in, that's even more information. You're learning right now that, hey, are they going to run this ball towards this receiver, or are they going to go to these big people? That's some of the thought process. So you're thinking, if you're if this inside linebacker, man, if this run 7 is cutting off this backside, I'm either getting pulled or I'm getting tossed. I'm getting something to the big bodies, okay? So as the play starts, what do we get? 74, the tackle pulls. Spillane, big vision. He sees that. So you notice how patient he is. He's not coming over here because he has no reason to. He also has ball action at him, like we talked about with Miles Jack on that first play. So it's going to hold you a little bit longer. So he has good vision. He sees that, but he also understands this. It's a little bit of a hole right here. And I know people are like, oh, just run through it. You don't always run through it. It's a setup at times, okay? Because those offensive linemen are waiting for you to run through it. So as Spillane is patient right here, he sees, okay, the puller then took out this offensive lineman. Guard then pulled up on somebody here. So now it's space. Watch him. He stays tight. He's closing the space because you don't want a lot of air in there, okay? When you start being out here towards this hash, this running back can hit that thing right there. And it's a way more difficult tackle to make. But Spillane stays in good position, takes the air out of it, head across, boom. Let's go make the play. Now, you might be saying, well, shoot, man, Spillane wasn't even blocked. Why is that ain't nothing special. Well, I just want to remind people that just in this preseason, we've seen linebackers who have been unblocked and they don't make these type of plays. They don't make the routine plays. I can show you even more plays of Spillane coming off of blocks and making tackles, but you already know he can do that. But this is just also him showing good awareness, showing just good fundamentals as an inside linebacker against the run. When you got a puller coming at you, you take the air out of it. You don't need to be in a hurry because you're reading your pre-snap keys. You got 12 personnel, 2 tight ends all set to this side. You know they're not running to this receiver. No, they're going to run over here to these big people. So all that information Spillane gathers, and then when it's time to make the play, he actually makes the play. I'm here for the productivity. And at the end of the day, that's what Robert Spillane has been thus far, man. So, it's one of them things, man. We will see how everything plays out, but it's going to be very interesting to me, man. Going into this last preseason game, we obviously know Mark Robinson, I think, is going to get an opportunity to start, and I think he definitely deserves that as well. But Robert Spillane is one of them dudes that I think should also get that consideration for what he was able to do in this Jaguars game. But either way, y'all let me know your thoughts on Robert Spillane, and obviously what he was able to do, some of the tape right here. Let me know your thoughts on that. Either way, I appreciate you for tuning in, and until next time, baby, peace.